Let's go! Ha! I'm here! Ha! I'm here! The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there! So, you really are here, Novelette! Kinda didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth.
Whoa. So that's Fussalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But prevents from dissolving?
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Fossilor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Fossilor had Fontanians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Instead, those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Fossilor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Fossilor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Fossilor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons? You mean like
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
the captain? Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you...
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hey, when we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that we guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite enough. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Fowl, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts. and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked...
All the same, assuming that
And she said...
if she speaks the truth, I guessed that you might already. That means that the
Like... No, like comparing the Traveler to the... That's what you say!
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind.
Alright.
Yes,
But...
I suppose that would be the mystery. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if life flows, and what? Oh,
We once thought the Fortress of... You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food... Oh, you mean Risley? Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two with him. Paimon wonders how he's like with the... Yeah.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Excuse me? Is someone...
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But...
Oh, did you hear my call? Thank you so much. I'm over...
Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass...
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Whoa, that's
No!
just your... Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair! Sorry, you just need your hair...
I think you... It's a soft... I think it's really...
Don't worry, we'll... Paimon doesn't see anything here. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go. Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer. Nothing in the water either. Oh, we've looked... Huh. Why don't we check out the rag and bone... well... doesn't remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread. Well, you must be the legendary traveler and their companion Paimon.
No! Well, you're half right. Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion, sure, but she's not some flying chunk of gingerbread!
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so I hope you're fine. Why, you're heroic. We heard that you're one of His Grace's favorites. After all. And no, I mean we've all...
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to...
Well, I didn't mean... Oh, enough of that. Is there some... No problem. Hey, feel free to check out anything you want.
Wait, but that's...
Well, it's not like I'm getting... Life's been pretty good recently, so...
Alright, Paimon will take a look.
Are you sure you don't want more?
It's alright, 2 will do. It just doesn't feel this... But anyway, we don't need to get into that. Thank you so much. Well,
no problem, and thank you for...
That's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews. We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air. Waiting for you? I just happened to be resting. You can come out.
You did?
Wait! So...
I mean, I told you that there had been... Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard.
Oh, I see!
Does it have some kind of sentimental value?
But, sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Risley! It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again, You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much, Your Grace. Then I'll be off. I'll get going now.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about his hat? Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners.
They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are stars in the sky. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity of even a single individual person. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway...
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some novel and interesting things. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the Coupon Cafeteria? It'll give us time to catch up, too. And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering place as well.
Paimon's not the biggest fan of that cafeteria, but...
Alright then, please follow me.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe welfare meals today.
I'll pass on the food, then. What about you?
Then Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Then, I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipments.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon did...
It's not for everyone. Think of it as...
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear. In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon, please.
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength to make it out unscathed. Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they manage to get to the top. So, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too, but even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of cargo. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to trace the goods to their source.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress. You're dismissed.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband. Are they like dangerous goods?
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats, so we have to examine everything carefully. Now, what do we have here? It's more or less...
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem! Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
Yep. We can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well? Paimon will be your vault keeper!
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it...
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants... this one. This dark, sparkly gem. You just know it must be worth a ton of Mora. Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead? There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent effect.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this
Then... actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon sick.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
Should probably...
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Mm-hmm. Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of the Beret Society. This is their gathering place. Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other... Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above. It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Risley?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
There's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little old seat over here. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Risley?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Feel like you didn't answer the question at all. Well, we're already here, aren't we? Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
Welcome to our
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members. I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill you in some more. Besides this space, these rooms are open to all of our members. We want every...
Wow, that's...
Unfortunately, we started a collaboration with...
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see...
Yep, and that's exactly why we all think...
Hey, what are you...
Oh, hello. You are a guest. We've got some classics. As well as, yeah, most of them are writing diaries. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. And even I've learned to use a camera.
It's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just trying to live. With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. The society is exactly what some of us need. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just remember to put the books back after you're done.
Don't worry, we will.
Hey, you there, newbie!
Hello? Are you talking to Paimon?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha! That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too. With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world. Why don't you also give it a try, huh? I promise that it'll work.
Paimon's gonna pass.
Feeling shy? That's alright. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
Alright, we've talked to everybody. It sure sounds like that would explain why Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well. Let's go over to them.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation process. It's all right.
Paimon thinks it's dumping anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Yeah, you're right. By themselves, our resources probably don't feel like much.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of yours?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax too? What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but I'll check up on him later. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the...
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked? Oh, right, about that. You might have thought... And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item.
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged. Your Grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans, after all.
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again. And that goes for you as well, Your Grace. We wish you all the best in your endeavors.
And same to you.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Well, what's your opinion of the society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you complimenting them the entire time as well? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people to embrace their new lives with optimism? There's only one potential.
But at this point, I wanted to see I arranged for him.
Dissonant?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too. As expected, the whole truth I had hoped to take care of. Why don't you take with my hypothesis and with his watchful eye? I'm just following It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to seize this opportunity. Find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place. We might not get another chance like this anytime soon.
Huh, I'm here. It's just as Risley said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out. Paimon will do her best to help.
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be on our way as soon as we find it.
Oh, okay.
like we lost a whole bag of more or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not gonna tell Risley anything, don't worry.
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know? We can look around for it, yeah? Hey, hello?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and, I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't know anything?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... there's nothing more I can tell you.
Hey, big...
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner. I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma, and, I mean, not everyone can be super upbeat all the time, right? You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but, it should be somewhere nearby.
Are you still organizing the bookshelf?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly just a moment ago?
Sorry.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back. I'm here.
Oh, you're back. How are things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all was... It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody? Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order. And that's why, even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society. And even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. That won't turn. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish? Bite?
Let's give them some time. My guards won't need it to finish their investigation, too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey! Don't just leave before you've explained everything to Paimon! Hey! It's finally evening. Rise with...
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go... I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could... If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to... So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
Ah, so you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble. Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves. But I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the Society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you!
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top. What happened at the Society?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, every secret may be found within...
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like she rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter. So please forgive my discourtesy.
Like we believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to...
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have...
This is what you're
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think...
It's all right, Avi. No matter what...
Your Grace!
I'm sorry, but...
In that case...
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know the Society has never caused trouble. Why are you doing... I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word.
Your words bore...
Everything that I do, All right, Avis.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes pop. We should have shown him his place.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so... The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody, and that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning. However...
Yeah, none of this...
The hats are definitely being used up. I need to think of... The hats are But if there's nothing... I can't seem to...
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already... Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical, it's hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Paimon's lost.
Let's see.
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of... And some of it has been absorbed by this...
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the With that in mind...
Oh, so that's why...
Dugier would be the moment it hits agony, desolation.
So...
And that might not even... We can't let Dugier...
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and we're just—
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh, Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable... Let's go check out the other areas too.
Hey, come here. Have a look at this. This is a book that the colors of the covers are completely different, though. And the name, yeah.
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always... Indeed. It's easy to... And if any act Dugier has all...
Your Grace! Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any Society members in the other areas. The lime scale, we also investigated the members' residence.
Oh,
They're gone.
indeed. Meanwhile, this... So instead of being... And only the most...
But then...
Dugier must be... He must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind.
Quake!
Did that person flee here?
That's the most... Let's keep heading down. We should be on the road. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other. After them!
It's rising! Run!
Did Dugier send you?
Come on! It's...
I will take your...
Mr. Dugier, we were just up...
So, in other words, your headquarters...
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage pipe.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that...
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. There are usually... Stay sharp.
Nowhere to hide.
Let's begin.
Speed of light. I'm going in. Let's light it up. Cut to the chase. Hey! Teamwork is dreamwork. Don't blink.
Order guide you. Solidify.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now.
Who knew that there'd be Gardemex here?
And that would explain the strange decommission request. Seems like he's...
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Ah. The members are 5 Anyone who... I see.
But that's just...
To obtain food and water. To avoid Finally, isolated and without hope. Do you remember what happened? She's usually... No, your decision... The human heart. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime.
we go!
If I'm not mistaken, this space ahead should be the central area of rather than confront Dugier. I think it's more. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other.
Open the door. Would we have to do something to this mechanism here? Paimon doesn't get it at all. Forget it, Paimon's... Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? The other side's open! Let's go.
Adventure time! With sword comes shadow.
Stay cool. Face your guilt. A moment, please. Away now.
Speed of light. Everybody stand back!
Gather! This is order. Stabilize.
Cut to the chase! Incoming! I'm going in!
Have a safe trip. Let's begin.
It's so high! We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
The water level's gone way up! So that's how how we'll make it to the top.
With sword comes shadow. Let's light it up! Hey! Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here.
Let's still rescue the ones who... Hey, it's all right now.
No, I won't try to leave. So close to me.
No,
We won't be able to... I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her.
Adventure time!
The door's open. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to...
Understood.
Let's go back. That mechanism from... Don't forget to bring the...
Off we go!
If that comes...